the show, right? So I'm looking at the camera or whatever the case is. They show you a totally different view. I don't even get it. So the view's totally different. The view looks like this. I just got great news. I'm sorry about that. Love emails. So the view, it doesn't look like, it looks like this, something complimentary to this. And then as soon as I start, it's like a whole different camera angle. What in the hell? How's these things going on? So it's like, what the fuck? So hold on, give me 1 second. I just want to look at the email real quick. I missed a lot of emails. So I missed so many opportunities. You have no idea. So I want to look at something real quick. Alright, boom. I'm gonna look into that. That's great. With that being said, I want to talk about this Swizz Beats Timberland suing Triller. Pardon me. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be so magnificent. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is explain something to you, right? Sometimes we do things and it goes out into the universe and it becomes something, right? Sometimes we say things and then it materializes, but not through you, but you know, somebody else, maybe they heard it, maybe whatever the case is, somebody got wind of it. Maybe somebody else just had another amazing idea at the same time you had that amazing idea. But who was here about a year before the pandemic? Nope, not even a year before the pandemic. Who was here the winter after Drake and what's this dude name? Drake, the winter that Nicki Minaj and that whole year was crazy. Remember, Drake and Pusha T went at it all summer, right? And then in the fall, then it was somebody else beefing, and then the next thing you know, Nicki and Remy Ma was going at it. That whole year was bananas. Do y'all remember I said they need to set it up where these dudes can do concerts against each other? And I said one is in one stadium and another one is in another stadium, and they have their own crowd there, and they get to do one song, and then the other people get to do a song. Do y'all remember when I said that? First of all, I know that there's a lot of people that are new here, so they wouldn't remember that. Most of the people that will probably remember that wasn't here, but this is what I said. Now, fast forward a year and a half after that. Guess what happens? VERZUZ is born. So the reason why I'm saying this right here is never think because you can't do a thing that thing does not have value. Never think because because sometimes we have an idea that we can't even fully explain. So if a person can't understand what we're saying, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just your inability to be able to communicate it. So they didn't actually materialize the thing that I had in mind. But what they did materialize was incredible. And I'm very happy that Swizz and Timberland did this. And I hope that they win this lawsuit. And I'm going to explain why. And that's what this video is about. Now, with that being said, we're going to do roll call at the 7-minute mark. That's when we get to the show after roll call. We're going to do roll call at the 7-minute mark. There's a couple of things I want to talk about first. All the party peoples out there. Also, shout out to the Most High. Just because. I want y'all to hear what this dude says about rocking.
To me, the most important rapper ever.
I agree.
MC rapper ever. Rapper ever.
I agree.
Or MC rapper ever.
I agree. He changed
because
rap.
if he doesn't rap, everybody keeps going like this.
Yes,
Like he was like,
he changed rap.
y'all are rapping. I'm rhyming. I can't express it more than saying he's the most important MC ever.
Rakim
Yes,
changed rap.
at some point somebody came along and they might have said some rhymes that
Some
were better. Right.
yeah.
But the only reason why they said better rhymes is because of what he
did.
And I think that's what I'm usually trying to express to people whenever I try to tell them that Rakim is my favorite rapper. I think that's what I'm usually trying to express to people. When I look at anything that I myself might take enjoyment in, not only do I look at people who did it the most efficient, let's just be clear on that, but I'm a bigger fan of innovation. I'm a bigger fan of somebody who can take a thing that already exists and create something inside of the thing that exists, but outside of what's already organically being created. I'm a bigger fan of that. Just so we could be clear. So as much as a lot of people say this rap is better than that rapper and that rapper is better than this rapper, often when I express who I believe to be one of the best rappers, it'll be somebody who came along at a point and there was innovation behind what they were doing, and also the skill to be able to allow for them to be able to back that up. Rakim, Nas, those are my top two. And when I say Nas, if you say why Nas, I'm gonna tell you that the West Coast was kind of running hip hop at that point, and then Nas dropped. Yeah, he's that good. But hold on, we're about to do roll call, but let me just nail this point home, if you don't mind. I just want to nail this point home. When did Doggy Style, the album, drop?
November 23rd, 1993. According to MT.
That's good enough. Hold on. When did Ice Cube's first album drop? I forgot the name of it.
1990. According to Insight.
When did NWA's 100 Miles in Running drop? Sorry, 1990. Early 1990s, West Coast took over everything. Just so we could be clear. And when Nas dropped, he helped bring the East Coast back. Even though the East Coast ain't really going nowhere, the West Coast was killing it. I'm here in New York. Remember, Snoop stepped on the towers. With that being said, let's get to the show. I want to be 100% clear and transparent. I'm going to make 2 points immediately without a shadow of a doubt. The rappers were complaining about getting paid, while Swizz Beats and them was saying that the rappers wanted more money than they were able to pay them. Now, this being an extremely important point being is they weren't able to probably get some of the matchups that they wanted because they didn't have the monies to be able to pay the artists. Now, just so we can be clear, I think some artists was purposely pricing themselves out because they understood that if they went up against other people, that they would actually lower their ability to be able to make money. Imagine if you have a Little Flip go out there and he get absolutely smoked. You think his streams is going to go up, or do you think his value is going to go down? Whatever his value might be currently. So we can't have a Little Flip go up against a T.I. In all due respect, I think it's in Little Flip's best interest to go against somebody else. And the reason why I say this is T.I. has so many more hits than Little Flip that even if Little Flip have a couple of bangers that he could put out there that's going to be appreciated by the crowd, T.I. has so many more that it's just going to outlast him. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe go against somebody else who they're going to also have to throw in a lot of extra bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Because then that in itself would still be more entertaining than him just getting washed. Anyway, that's the first point that I want to make. Because they were not getting the monies that they wanted to get, the actual quality of the program isn't as good as it could have been. Is that a good point? I hope that's a good point. If it is, I don't know what to tell you. Second point being, they're taking Triller to court, I believe, for 44 million, somewhere along those lines. They're taking Triller to court for 44 million, right? The VERZUZ brand is, I'm gonna believe, their brand, right? So this is the question that I have. Are they still in a contract with them? Are they still in a contract with them? So they sold the VERZUZ to Triller? So that's why the shit went like this? Please, somebody put me on the game. They sold the VERZUZ to Triller? That's why the shit went like this? Shout out to this Contrarian Chronicles. He says salute. Shout out to Sebastian Tunk. He says good morning, BBNFM. Jack Frost dropping all of those frauds. Shout out to Susan Bortz-Fidel. She said once they sold to Triller, quality suffered. So hold on. So I stopped following VERZUZ after Fat Joe put on what I thought was a pretty good show. And I saw him get bashed. And I'm like, so you trying to tell me the majority of the people watching these shows don't know what a hip-hop show is supposed to look like? What did they expect Fat Joe to do? Go up there, stand still, and just say his rap and don't move around and don't do nothing? So after that, I decided I was only going to watch it if it was some of the people that I actually wanted to see. You understand what I'm saying? If it was just some just so random, I'm not watching it. Because I'm not a casual. No disrespect intended. I kind of took that personal because I thought that Fat Joe put on a halfway decent show. He's a big dude. He's up there moving around. You know how many calories he burned? How you gonna like really shooting at him? Why? No, I believe you. They sold it. I'm not. Yeah, they sold it. Now I'm confused why they are making as much money anymore. Well, first of all, Triller. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna tell you. All right, so take Sony, right? Let's take Sony, right? So Sony gets the Spider-Man franchise. Sony has the Spider-Man franchise. They do the first Spider-Man movie. They do the second Spider-Man movie. They do the third Spider-Man movie. Boom. Right? So they decide to re-up, change everything over. They do the first, second Spider-Man again, right? Amazings, right? And so they don't know what they're doing wrong. To them, they think they're doing the right thing because they have all of the actual Marvel elements and they're putting them on the screen and they're doing what they believe to be what is the representation of what was coming from the comic book. Right? You follow me so far? Sorry. You follow me so far? Then they decide to let the MCU use the product. And the MCU uses the Marvel, the Spider-Man IP, and they use it in a way that Sony could have never dreamt of using them. The most powerful thing we have is imagination. Now, the point in which I'm making is this. Pay attention. Triller might have had the ingredients, but they didn't know how long to stir. They didn't know how much to measure. They didn't know how long to preheat the oven. They didn't know what temperature to leave it on. They didn't know how long to leave it in the oven. They didn't know when to take it out. They didn't know if to baste it or not. But they had all of the ingredients. I just didn't like that. The Fat Joe thing really pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought Fat Joe put on. I didn't think he won, but I thought he put on the show. I thought he put on a good. Like, what else you expected Fat Joe to do? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what else you expect Fat Joe to? I was eating before the show started. What do you expect Fat Joe to do? I literally was eating before the show started. I was eating a fucking. And he tried to apologize. I was eating and he was eating a fucking croissant shit. Like, what do you expect them to do? Like, on some real shit. I thought Joe and Ja Rule did a good show. I thought the Joe and Ja Rule show was maybe the second best show behind the Lock show as far as the entertainment value. And I'm happy that Ja didn't go hard, because if Ja went hard, then Joe would have been in trouble. Ja didn't need to go hard on Joe. No homo. Or pause. Or whatever the fuck y'all say. No disrespect to the LGBTQ community. I was trying to hit a comedic beat right there. The Gucci Mane Jeezy versus was the best. You think so? I thought that one was good. But I 100% got the Locks and Jada, because Jada was the best MC in any of these verses, and it ain't close. I like the way they did the Jeezy and Gucci jump off, and I thought that was entertaining as shit. Now that you're mentioning it, I'll give that a clear third. But these gems are few and far in between. You understand? These gems are few and far in between. These are gems, but name some other good verses. Real quick, just name some other good ones. The first, all Jada verses, we just gonna put all of the Jada verses in one verses. That's the Locks verses, you don't gotta mention anymore. All Jada verses is dope. Alright, so name me another verse. Name me some more good verses. Mario, trash. Yeah, those guys can't sing anymore. What the fuck? First of all, if I could sing, I would never not know how to sing. You understand? I would be doing that shit every day. Just to be doing it. What the fuck? You could sing, nigga? If I could sing every single time I'm banging, I'm gonna be in her ear, boy. You don't understand it. I'm gonna be in her ear. And you motherfuckers is out there doing all that other shit. I'm gonna be nice and calm right in that ear. No, be quiet. If I could sing, so I don't even know how niggas forget how to sing. I don't even understand that shit. There's not a damn thing I ever knew how to do that I forgot. I'm like, the fuck, how do you get how to sing? Like, you're not practicing? Like, just to be practicing? Like, that's not something that you're so proud of that you're not just randomly doing it sometimes? Like, what the fuck? Now I see why I be over here, so I don't be up against the wall. Drinking and smoking messes up your voice, and they tend to forget that. Most singers actually smoke, not for nothing. And all you gotta do is hit the T. I think the drinking more than anything else is gonna fuck up your ability to sing. Because you're gonna start slurring and all that other shit. But, and I'm not saying weed or any other nothing like that. I'm saying historically, we have seen a lot of singers that at least smoke cigarettes, right? Historically? Is that an accurate statement, or am I off? Historically, right? I don't know. I don't know. My nose is just fucking with me, rat bastard. And movie actors, historically, right? People who we've historically known to work with their voice have actually been smokers, historically. No, I'm not arguing his point. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is, if you still practicing that shit every day, they wouldn't be sounding like them niggas sound. Tell me where I'm wrong. You know what? Drinking and smoking messes up your hand-eye coordination and shit like that too, right? But I bet you if you go get a 50-year-old basketball player that was in the NBA right now and put him out in the park, he'd give a nigga buckets. I think the problem was that they probably was drinking and smoking as they were performing. That might be what Art is talking about. And in that case, I 100% agree with you, by the way. If your point is they might be drinking and smoking while they performing, I think they was high and drunk as shit. I think that's what Jada learned during his first verses. DMX and Snoop, that was decent. That was good. I like that one too. That's a fact. I like the DMX Snoop one. It's a fact. When DMX went off camera, he said something to somebody and then came back and they started playing all those bangers. Susan Borspadell, I 100% agree with you. We all know that smoking messes up the voice box. Art was 100% correct. The only point I was actually trying to make is that so many other singers also smoke and keep their voice. Or at least are able to perform, you know, while also being smokers. That was the only point I was trying to make. Not that it doesn't create problems. Hell, I think just the act of aging might put you in a position where you might not be able to still be able to linguistically perform, vocally perform the way that you know was in your prime when you're youth. So no, I'm 100% agreeing. I'm just saying there are other people who also smoke, and they're not having the same problem. So okay, so like me, right? I'll practice a lot of shit. My nose is just fucking with me. So me, I'll practice a lot of shit that you don't even know that I practice. And then if I goes out in public and I do it, somebody else might just be thinking, oh, everything is easy to this guy. You don't know about the hundreds of hours of practice that I did all by myself. Because I'm not telling nobody about it. I'm just doing it. When you spend a lot of time by yourself, and you're alone a lot, you get the opportunity to acquire skills that other people might not have the time to acquire. That's it, that's all. Back to the verses. So just so we could be clear, the verses, in my opinion, there's only been a few good ones. Just so we can be clear. So they need to get paid. Swizz and Timberland want to get paid. I'm gonna say this much, and I'm not saying whether they're gonna get paid or not. I mean, I think they won. Or did they win it, or are they just suing? Did they win it, or are they just suing? I'm not clear in either regard. But oh shit! I wanted to say something. I'm going to say it right now because my nose is feeling fucked up. Okay, right before the show started, I washed my face again. So when I wash my face again, I don't know. I don't know. Fuck with my nose or some shit. That's why my nose is super extra red. So right now I'm sitting here and I'm like, this shit look like I fucking used drugs. I'm really pissed off that my nose is fucking with me. So then I remembered something. I have decided that I'm not smoking weed no more. Listen, pay attention, everybody. I'm not trying to hate on nobody, but listen and pay attention. And I'm not trying to hate on nobody's function. Listen and pay attention. I'm listening to something today that said that the American government allegedly, I don't want to get into it, but I'm not accepting anything. I don't want to take it. They know if they wanted to target people, they can do it. Anybody remember Batman? The first Batman with fucking Michael Keaton? If they want to target a community, all they have to do is put things in the products that they know said community is going to be using. So right now, as of right now, I'm super paranoid about whatever the government is doing. So I'm going to stop smoking weed. I'm advising people who don't grow their own to probably do the same thing. They're suing, however, Triller said they paid in cash and stock. Not sure what company. I don't know what the fuck Triller's talking about. Also, they're saying that they owe them amount of money. So they're not saying that they never paid them anything. They're just saying that they didn't pay them enough. So yeah, I mean, that's just me listening to the answer that they gave. Yeah, I don't think they said they didn't pay him anything. I think they saying that they for whatever the hell happened, they still owe them a certain amount of money. Now they want that also. So yeah, that sounds like what you just wrote. It sounds like exactly what the other people are gonna say. Oh, 28 million is missing. See, there's a amount missing. That's all I'm saying. Like, so I don't know about the whole thing. Tell me about it. Put it up. Let's read an article. I can't because the damn thing's in the refrigerator. The main thing I wanted to discuss is this. And this is the main thing I wanted to discuss, just so we can be clear. They own the fucking VERZUZ. Why sell it to Triller? They own the VERZUZ. Why sell it to Triller? Aren't these the same people that keep saying us black people need to own shit? Aren't these the same people that listen, pay attention. And I'm not trying to knock them and I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but listen. Aren't these the same people that keep talking about black ownership and support black businesses? But then when we support the black business and then you sell the black business when it gets worth a lot of money, then what the fuck you wanted us to support the black business for? See, I'm under the impression we're supporting the black business because that business owner is going to stay in control of that business and it's going to continue to be a black business, which is then going to open up opportunities for other black businesses. Right? Am I dick? Or am I saying something wrong? Am I dick or am I saying something wrong? Because I look at it like this: if you're worth $10 million, if you're making $10 million every year, and you have controlling interest in creating stuff here and creating stuff there, I don't see why you can't be happy with how much money you make. Because you're already generating more money. It's going to keep going up. But this is your money. Are you saying that you just don't want to do the business? Okay, so hire some managers. Some black managers if you want. What the fuck do I care? But the point in which I'm trying to say is, I'm tired of people talking about support black businesses, then they're growing a black business that they want us to support, and then they go sell it. Everybody forgets about Carl Kanai. Everybody forgets about BET. You tell me BET would have got as big as it got if not for the fact that, remember, MTV didn't want to play black music at one time. FUBU, remember MTV didn't want to play black music at one time. Remember that? Everybody forgets about all these things. Know what it is? I think sometimes when I'm having conversations with things about people, I'll be remembering mad shit that relating to the topic that other people might not be consciously thinking of. And a lot of these things that I'm remembering, maybe I'm not consciously remembering that I'm remembering it, but I have a feeling about said subject, and then that feeling is what is then that energy is what I'm expelling while I'm speaking. So what I'm trying to say is, can we support black businesses that's going to stay black businesses? Tori Mosley said, to be fair, every black business owner looks to build their business up big enough to be able to sell it. I don't agree with you. Or more. So you think Tyler Perry is looking to sell his black business? I just want to, just because you said every. So I just, no, it's not every. It's not every. Tyler Perry is a black business owner who owns a black movie studio that he just built in Atlanta. What I said is inside the parameters of what you're saying. What up, Liz Lanes? He says, good morning, Froze BB. I didn't go outside of what you're saying. I didn't add anything. Literally, what I'm saying is inside the parameters of what you're speaking on. Not every black business owner is looking to sell. I didn't even get to Michael Jordan. Dude, not everyone thinks that way. How can you say how could you say everyone? Okay, you're right, everyone. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. You're right. Every single person that owns a business is doing this. Artie D. Glass says, when you own your own 100%, you can then go to the table and ask for whatever you want, even when you don't plan to sell your property. Well, some people, it's about the creation of the thing in which they're creating, and not about actually making money off of the product. So when the product is making money and they're able to live and live well, they're happy with what they have. Now, do a lot of people want to sell their merchandising or whatever, they IP? Yeah, a lot of people do. But that's not everyone. That's all I'm saying. That's literally all I'm saying. I'm saying it's not everyone. He's saying everyone. So, do you know how much it hurt Stan Lee and Marvel when they had to sell off some of their property rights in order to stay afloat? How much it hurt them? Like, because there's whole, I think, books written and so much content made about how hurt they were that they had to sell it. But you're saying everyone wants to. Anyway. So yeah, so I'm not a fan of what they did with that, especially since there was so much further to take it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what there's so like it was in my belief, it was at such a small, like it was so much bigger it could have become. Maybe they just didn't think that they could take it to the next level, so they sold it. If that's the reason, get better partners. Yeah, usually the next gen, not the people who you generally created the thing. Usually, I'm not even gonna say it like that, but the next generation is sometimes more likely to sell than the generation that actually creates the thing. But you have your Lucas Arts. Lucas sold his stuff. Like I said, there's people that do it. George Lucas, he sold his Star Wars. There's people that do it. It's not everyone. Like, why? How can it be everyone? Like, this is the argument? Like, we can't even have a conversation. Like that could have been a nice conversation where you could have just been bringing up people who did, you know? But then you just say everyone. Like, how is that even able to allow for me to have a conversation with you on the matter? Anyway, I will say this much. And this is the thing that makes me feel like it wasn't their idea, it wasn't their brainchild. When people steal somebody, and I'm not saying it was, not saying they got it from me at all, or they got it from, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, when something isn't your brainchild, you don't have the same love for it. I think if anything, and this is just my opinion, and I could be wrong, but I think if anything, they could have very, very easily coordinated with, they could have got investors. There's no reason why they couldn't get investors. There's no reason. I mean, probably not like a Russell Simmons, because he was in trouble. He was out of the country, remember. He's back apparently now. So shout out to that shit, I guess. They could have got investors. I mean, I don't know if they got beef with Dame Dash. Yeah, they can't fuck with Dame Dash. But they could have got investors. Okay, so James Dolan's been owning the Knicks for how long? Why hasn't he sold? You just want me to just start bringing up people who own companies for long periods of time and just haven't sold? The way you just make it seem like everybody just has companies that they're just willy-nilly selling. How long did the family that owned the Lakers own them? Or they just, because I think they've been willy-nilly just selling that all over the place, right? I think they went through about 7 or 8 owners in the last 10 years, right? The Lakers. Right? Oh, you got to talk about the value now because I said something that's right, so you got to change that. I'm not reading your comments no more. Y'all seen it for yourselves. You got to change the context of the conversation. So I'm going to play this. Seen it for yourself. You had to change the context of the conversation because I kept proving them wrong over and over and over again. So I want y'all to understand what's going on right now with me. And it's obvious, and I just wanted to make it obvious. I proved them wrong a couple of times, and I just wanted to make it obvious. But this is what I gotta remember.
Realize it. I see it so often. People get into arguments with friends, family members. You could be debating with demons and not even realize it. I see it so often. People get into arguments with friends, family members, strangers in comment sections, and they're trying to present the facts. They're trying to present the Word of God in a logical way to try to win people over. And believe me, there's a place for that. So we as believers need to be able to discern what is best, because Ephesians 6:12 says, our battle isn't against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers of darkness. And so you might be debating with someone, not realizing you're not talking to them, you're talking to their demons. And spoiler alert, you're never gonna convince a demon to see things God's way. So you might be wasting your time, wasting your breath. You need to war in the Spirit. So let's be led by the Spirit in all our conversations. And speaking of conversations, I want to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment.
So I'm gonna move on. I think I proved my point enough that not every single business owner in the existence of owning businesses wants to sell their business as soon as it gets looking good. I think I proved my point. With that being said, I think they just missed. I think that it had so much further that they could have did with that. I just think it's bad. Anyway, so they want their money. The question is this: what the fuck does Triller plan on doing with the verses? The verses are getting absolutely worse. Like, is it me or the verses is getting worse? I think they're actually getting worse. I think they're actually going backwards in like, they have the resources, they have the monies, they have the artists. Why are they getting worse? Why are the artists not showing up prepared? They're showing up to verses. If not anything else, the Locks Dipset. If not anything else, right? The Lock Dipset show should have shown this, because Dipset is an incredible group. It should have shown that you have to be prepared and you have to be ready. You can't be drunk. You can't be high. You have to show up to you at work. This is not a party. You see, this is the thing. When you are the performer at a party, you're not supposed to be really intoxicated. You're not supposed to be super high. You're supposed to be performing. Now, if you have the ability to take some drinks and perform, if you have the ability to smoke and perform or do whatever the fuck you do and perform, salute to you. But your number one responsibility is to be there and perform. Not to get high, not to get drunk, not to be all buddy-buddy with your people. There's individuals in the crowd, they pay real money, they want to see a show. If the Locks Dipset didn't show people that more than anything else, that you have to show up and be prepared to actually work, then I don't know what to tell you. Because the Locks have the catalog to go with damn near anybody. I just want to be clear. I mean, pardon me, Dipset also, both of them. Dipset has the catalog to go against damn near anybody in hip-hop, just so we can be clear. They have the catalog. This is not a question. I don't think there's a question of that. I think the actual question is if they're going to show up and be prepared to go against them. So when I see shit like with the Omarion and these niggas is singing and they clowning each other and shit like that and doing all this weirdo shit, like, I think that takes away from what the verses is supposed to be. Like, yeah, we supposed to be having a good time. Don't get this confused. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. But is there a certain level of civility that we're supposed to have? There's not civility. There's a certain level of seriousness that we're supposed to take this. Like, sometimes I take this whole shit real serious, right? And that's because, generally speaking, I'm a serious person. Like, generally speaking, I'm a serious person. It's just usually I'm in a good mood. So since I'm in a good mood, I'm light. You understand? But generally speaking, I'm an extremely serious person. But when I'm in a good mood, I'm light. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I try to be in a good mood. Because when I'm in a good mood, I'm light. It's when I'm not in a good mood that I'm not light. But I'm generally a pretty serious person. I'm just also, I like to be light. I prefer to enjoy myself. One of my most favorite things to do is to see other people laughing. I love when I could say something and somebody has the most regular serious face and they're listening with total full content. And I could just absolutely surprise them with a one-liner and get that chuckle when you laugh accidentally. I love that shit. That's one of my most favorite things to do to people. That's one of the main reasons why I used to, especially as a youth, I talk to strangers all the time. I literally have been working on whatever the fuck I'm doing right now my whole life. You just walk around talking to strangers. This is just what I did. What the fuck? I literally used to just walk around saying good morning to everyone. This is what you have to understand. Like, this is just who I was. Like, I didn't grow up with, like, family and stuff like that. So everybody that I see in the neighborhood is the people I know. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the people I know. I don't look at people that live in my neighborhood like, like never. Cause remember, when I was a kid, I didn't even really have no. I lived like on a dead end block. I didn't have neighbors. I had like one neighbor. That's it. And they didn't come outside. They was like shut-ins or some shit. So real talk, this is real talk, man. Real talk. As soon as all the kids got old enough, I think they went to the army or some shit. I don't even know what to tell you. Shout out to them though, no disrespect. They gave me a Christmas present once. It was like one of them. It was like some toy that was on TV. Had like in the transform. It had a little like man that went in it. I used to love that toy. For real though, they gave me a Christmas present. That's a fact. They knocked on my door. I'm never gonna forget that, yo. Never gonna forget that. They just knocked on my door. It was like, it was like, I think it was like a day before Christmas. I think it was like on the 24th or some shit. And they knocked on my door, and it was Eric, and I forgot the other one name, and a little light skinned kid. I forgot his name. They knocked on my door, and they just with their moms, and they was like, "We bought you something for Christmas." And that was dope. Sometimes, man. Like you just gotta shout out to the Most High, man, just because. Anyway, so what was I telling y'all? I'm sorry about that. So yeah, so I just talked to everybody. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, so that's always what it was with me. So I've been practicing this shit my whole life. Like, and I love when, especially when especially somebody that don't know me, I never seen you a day in your life, and we somehow get into a conversation, and I can say some slick shit, and you just laugh, and you're not even intending to laugh, like you just caught by like total surprise. Like boom, like you understand what I'm saying? I'm like, I did my work here, and then I go to the next person. Anyway, memory. Those is my memories. That's my good memory section. Anyway, in any regard, this versus shit. Also, put it down in the comment section. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the comment section. I'm just open for whatever. I meant to put open discussion, but I put so many words in the title that open discussion didn't fit. And I was busy like, well, I want to put Swizz Beats. I want to put Timberland. I want to put... Oh, yeah, and I got to erase like a shitload of videos off this page. I'm going to erase a couple thousand videos off this page. We got too many videos up. I'm gonna erase a couple of thousand videos off this page. We almost got 5,000 videos on this page. That has to be fucking with my algorithm. Shout out to Ganju. We got Ganju in the house. He says, Frost, what's up, my brother? How's all of yous doing in all of those places? I hope you're winning. Also, I know you're winning. What the fuck? Shout out to Monique once again. I just wanted to say that because she went and cleared some shit up. And now Mayweather and 50 Cent is friends once again. So shout out to that shit. Shout out to that shit. I don't know if those guys are better together or apart, because when they snapping on each other, that shit be funny as hell. So I don't know how to take that shit. She might have ruined a good thing. She might have ruined a good thing, man. Monique, mind your business, man. Those guys was pretty funny when they was at each other's throats. See, that's how people be thinking. That's how the devil wants us to think. Nah. Shout out to Monique. Cleared that shit up. That's always a blessing. We got to get more brothers together talking positively about shit. We got to figure out a way to just stop arguing with one another. Like, on some real shit. Like, if you can't deal with a motherfucker, just stay away from a nigga. Like, that's it. Like, if you can't deal with a motherfucker, stay away from a nigga. If y'all cross paths, stay about your business. Yo, I'm gonna say it like this. So, y'all act like y'all never been in high school, yo. I'm gonna say this much, right? And y'all act like y'all never been in... Y'all act like y'all never been in high school and never had a fight with a nigga. Nobody switched schools, motherfucker. Y'all all still stayed in the same school. Right? So, but then, see, that's the difference between now and then. See, back when I was in high school, you could have a fight with a dude and you don't got to worry about them coming back and trying to kill you. Nowadays, that's a real fear. I don't want to say why I'm particularly scared of that myself, because that's a real fear. Like, niggas don't understand. Like, niggas is really pulling back up on you for putting hands on a nigga. So you gotta be mindful. And so sometimes, you know, you gotta be mindful. It's unnecessary shit turning into unnecessary shit. I once had a fight with a dude. It was, ironically enough, near a basketball court over here in Rosedale Avenue in the Bronx. So I go to the park and I'm playing. It's just some random nigga in there that's always trying to start arguments with me. But I'm one of them niggas that I just prefer to ignore. I'm not getting it going in no back and forth with you. Right? So at the end of the game, some shit happened. Because he's a flopper, but he argue with everybody. So I don't want to argue with the nigga. This nigga, everybody know the nigga. So after the game, I'm on the bench. We lost like a basket or some shit. I ain't really want to play no more anyway. Because I'm one of them niggas that I just not want to play no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, I played with a lot of real ballers in my life. When I'm playing with niggas and I'm like, I get decided, like, I want to enjoy the game. Like, even if I'm not, I want to be in a good game. Like, even if I got to watch other niggas play, I want it to be a good game. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, so the game's over. I'm on the side. I say, yo, watch this. This nigga don't know those other niggas. He was beefing at everybody on the court. Not just me, everybody. So he's beefing at everybody on the court the whole entire time. But nobody say nothing to this nigga. So some other niggas from some other park show up. Nigga don't know these niggas. So one of the niggas knocked the nigga on the floor. I also want to add to you, right now I weigh about 165. At this point, I weighed about $195, 200. I worked out on a regular, everyday basis, and I had nothing else to do but work out. I wasn't doing nothing else in my life. I was working out and going to work, which was moving people for a living, lifting heavy furniture. So that's all I did. I just want to be clear. So I leave the park and I'm walking. The nigga get knocked down. I said, I told you the nigga was going to say nothing. Nigga wolfing at everybody in the park. He ain't say nothing to them niggas. He don't know them niggas. So I get up. I leave. I turn around and I'm walking on the block. I don't know. It's a stupid long block on Rosedale, right? If you know those projects. It's the projects, by the way. So I'm walking on the block. And when I'm walking on the block, I turn around and I see the whole park running towards me. This is real talk. And I see him in the front. And I see him with my man. They both in the front. So my man actually he from out here where I'm at right now. I used to, like, he from out here in Coney Island. We used to call him Steph. He used to play ball and he was mad nice. Mad nice. A whole beast. A whole beast. A whole beast. And he was nice. Like, I wish I knew that nigga right now, because I put that nigga dead on Instagram right now, and we'll go all over and we'll be smoking all of these niggas that think that they ballers on the internet. These niggas that's on the internet, this nigga Steph better than these niggas. The only nigga that I think might give him a problem is that damn White Iverson nigga. And this other nigga that dunked on everybody. Everybody else, that nigga gonna kill him. Anyway, that's a whole nother stitch. He's from Coney Island. He from out here. Anyway, so they come running down the block. So I turn around. I don't know why he running down the block. I don't know what the fucking shit is about. I think they're gonna jump me. I live around here, man, so I'm like, God, fucking leave, yo. I turn around. I live over here, nigga. I'm not running. We can't do that. So I turn around. And then when I turn around, shout out to Steph. He yelled out, yo, it's going to be a one-on-one. It's going to be a one-on-one. So I think dude ran down the block because dude thought they was going to jump me. So when they ran up, dude said, Steph said, yo, it's going to be a one-on-one. I said, all right, boom. So I'm fighting this dude, and this is no lie. The dude threw about 15, 20, maybe 25 punches and hit me not one time, and I'm tearing him up. And so after the fact, somebody asked me about the situation, and they said, why wasn't I more aggressive on him? And I said, yo, look, we got about 75 to 100 people out there watching. It's probably more. There's a lot of people out there. That park is huge. Everybody came running. And there's 2 other parks over there, a soccer park and a kids park. We was in front of the kids park. I said, yo, I'm by myself over here. I don't know if I start getting in and then somebody gonna jump me from behind. You understand what I'm saying? Because remember, everybody's yelling and we're kind of like in a semicircle. You understand what I'm saying? They got cars over here and there's a street, a sidewalk over here. Everybody's like over here. So I was trying to explain, sometimes you gotta make that shit look close. These niggas come back and will try to kill you. Dudes will come back and try to kill you. You gotta make that shit look close. Shout out to Steph. He was out there. That's a whole fact. He from out here. I saw his I think his baby mama. I saw his baby mama a couple of months ago. I don't think he out here no more though. I saw his baby mama a couple of months ago. She live out here still. I think she was out there when that shit happened. Let's tear that nigga up. Niggas is like, he's scared. I'm busy thinking, nigga, because a motherfucker, y'all niggas is all surrounding me. Somebody, I probably hit this nigga too many good times. Next thing I know, I got a motherfucker on this arm, that arm. Got a white boy in me like this. Ooh, in the guts. We ain't doing this shit. Shout out to Steph. Anyway, get back to it. He's good as shit. If I knew where he was at right now, and he was still balling, I don't know if he's still balling, but if I knew where he was at right now and he was still balling, I'd be like, yo, look on me. We gotta get to it. For real. We gotta get to it. It's a bag out here for ballers, man. It's a bag out here for ballers. Niggas just don't understand. For ballers, there's a bag out here. You think these niggas pay for anything? These niggas get all that shit sent to them. Them niggas that be on Instagram balling, them niggas get everything sent to them. They whole wardrobe, everything. Them niggas don't pay for shit. Them niggas get plane tickets to go places to go ball against other niggas. Niggas just don't understand. Niggas just don't understand this shit go. And you know what I'm saying? Niggas just don't understand this shit go. Niggas get flew all over the world to go here, there, boom, 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 to go play with these people, go do this, just go be at a place. Niggas don't understand. You be trying to tell motherfuckers, but they don't listen to you. And I'm just saying people in general, alright? So they don't listen. And then they see another motherfucker do the thing that you did, and then they say, see, but you couldn't do it. No, I could have did it. It's just that I couldn't do it with you. I should have tried to do it with somebody else. We could have did it. Just couldn't do it with you. Shit. I wish I would have chosen. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe I lacked the thing that was going to make it possible with your particular personality. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I lacked the thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I lack a lot of the social skills and everything else. So maybe I lacked the thing that could have made it possible. You feel me? But remember, it was my idea. So if it's my idea, I have to be included. So any other factor that's making it not happen is gonna the fuck. Anyway, what else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. After that situation happened, by the way, before that, after that situation, I also had a fight with his brother, apparently. And yeah, beat his brother up. And that was something that I wasn't happy happened either. And then I'm trying to tell you, man, I almost died over that shit. I just want to live in peace, man. I just want to live in peace. That's it. I just want to live in peace. I don't want no problems with nobody. Nah, it's hard for me to fight with a nigga and be friends with that nigga. It's just hard. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. But that's just because of how I was raised. Like, I wasn't raised like the rest of y'all. I didn't have brothers and sisters around where that was the way that you built knowing about a nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have that. You understand what I'm saying? Most of the people that I was fighting with, like, stayed doing widow shit and really did some fuck shit to me. Wasn't people that, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to bond that way. You know, that's not a way I could bond. And I understand a lot of other people bond that way, but I just can't do it. Have I bonded with people that way? Absolutely. Shout out to Akeem. But that's something. That's what people, you know, just gonna lay their life on the line. That's not for everybody. A lot of people like faking that. They like faking having an issue with you and faking making up with you. You feel me? A lot of that shit ain't real. A lot of that shit ain't organic. A lot of that shit is created. So they can fake have an issue with you. So now we can fake it together. So we can fake have a bond. You feel me? So that's why I don't respect it. I might be being obstinate, but that's just the way that I feel about the matter. I'm under the impression that just because we're teammates today, that don't mean that we're going to be teammates tomorrow. But if we both benefit from the process, then there's no losses. So let's say we're working and we're benefiting, even if we're not friendly down the road, as long as we're not doing anything to hurt each other, there's no issue. Like, let's talk about VERZUZ. Let's talk. Put something in the chat. Let's talk about something in the chat. Bring up a topic. But I understand the whole fighting and being friends thing. I'm just saying I don't subscribe. I don't think people. I think you need to understand that a lot of times people send you problems so they could come try to pretend to be your savior. That's why the more problems I have, I don't want to reach out to nobody. I don't know who sent them problems my way. Somebody may have sent them problems my way so now they could come pretend like they helping me in a situation of dire crisis. Nah, if you really wanted to help me, don't nobody not to know you helping me. You gonna help me, and then I'm gonna get on my feet, and then I'm gonna do right. And then later on down the line, I can let people know if I felt like telling them. Pay attention to the people that want to help you only when they can benefit from people knowing that they was helping you. Yes, I agree with the respect thing. But what I'm saying is I've personally had a lot of people try to create problems for me and then try to be the solution. So that's an issue that I run across. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand, I like a lot. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of times, I just be looking like, they be like, yeah, we tested. Nah, don't test me. Get out of here. I don't got nothing to do with it. I'm like this. First of all, Most High, God first. So if I'm, you should be testing me how godly I am. Don't test me about some other shit. Test me if I'm trying to follow the word or not. Test me on that shit. All right, that I respect. Test me on that shit. Test me if I'm out here just sinning. Test me on that. I just think that we're on different levels of we're just on different vibrations. If people think the most important thing to test somebody on is their perception of what loyalty is. Because if I'm worshiping the Most High, you shouldn't worry if I'm loyal to you or not. If you know, you know. If you get it, you get it. If I'm following what I'm supposed to be doing, and if I'm living the best way I can inside of the Most High, then you shouldn't be testing me. You shouldn't be trying me. You should be fucking following fucking lead, if not anything else. Not trying to get me to break and crumble. Not testing me on some shit that don't got nothing to do with what the Most High wants us to do. I'm trying to go down a path, and the whole entire time people are trying to point me over there to see if I'm worthy of their appreciation. I'm trying to go down this path. I don't know what's down that path, but I think the Lord is sending me down that path. So I'm trying to go down that path. But I got other people that want me to branch out onto that path so I can see if I'm worthy of their appreciation or not. That path might get me money and everything else. I don't know what the fuck is down that path. I'm still going down that path though. Anything could be down that path. Destruction, creation. But something in the chat, which I want to talk about. This is why I get off sometimes. I'll be like, I'm just up here rambling about whatever. I'm pretty sure maybe only nobody wants to hear this. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What topics y'all want to ask me? And yes, I hope nobody kicked or put that Tory Mosley guy on anything because I didn't want anyone to. What's new on the YSL case? Well, first thing I'm going to say is this, and I want to be 100% clear. They're making it obvious once again that quite a few people have been deposed. There's going to be quite a few individuals that's going to be taking a stand against Young Thug. Now, with that being said, remember when I said they're wasting their time? Wait, pardon me. Remember when I said they're not trying to defend Young Thug, they're trying to defend hip-hop music? I need niggas to listen to what I'm saying. I think the problem when I speak often is that people don't understand that where I'm coming from with what I'm saying. I think people think I'm coming from a wanna be a street nigga. I don't want to be a street nigga. I'm literally just telling y'all what I'm seeing as the news. I'm just a regular motherfucking dude. I've lived a couple of years on the planet. I'm trying to make a living. I want good for everybody. I'm trying my best to worship the Most High first and foremost. First and foremost, period. So I say all that to say this. As far as the YSL case is concerned, listen and pay attention. What up, Gangsta News TV? How you doing? Salute. Listen and pay attention as far as this situation is. They have people who've already been deposed who part of YSL that's going to go and take the stand against them. They have a rapper that's going to go, a local rapper, they said, that's going to go and take the stand against them. They have individuals who are currently in custody that are locked up in jail, with the first YSL members I'm saying are not locked up, that are going to go take the stand against them. And they have two snitches that we 100% know about that's going to take the stand against them. So y'all think that he's the only rapper that's going to get locked up? Think he's the only rapper that's going to get locked up? Because I'm not hating on him, but that's a heavy load to get out from under. And I didn't even mention lyrics. So once again, I don't even believe his lawyers is attempting They're defending hip hop music. They're not defending their client if their argument is going to be they're on trial because of lyrics. They can say that shit to the public all they want. That cannot be what they say when they go to court. When they go to court, they can't say that. Here, public, they can say whatever they want. They can tell me and you whatever they want. But when they go to court, they're not going to be able to say that. And once again, what it looks like they're trying to do, the DA, Fannie Willis, what it looks like they're trying to do is they're trying to say that YSL was a gang before they were a rap, before they were a hip hop label, thus making every single thing that the hip hop label did gang activity. Everything. So do you think other rappers are going to get arrested? Susan Boyce Medell says they need to have a baby. I don't think there's a defense they can't have, by the way. But they actually absolutely need one better. They can't even use rap music as a defense, to be honest with you. But yes, they need a better defense than rap music. I think they're just trying to get, in all due honesty, I think they're just trying to get him to it do be sounding like I be disagreeing with comments that I agree with, don't it? No, I agree with Susan Boyce Medell comment 100%. Yeah, I agree with your comment 100%. Let me just say that because I'm listening to myself talk and I'm like, it sounds like I don't agree with your comment. But I do agree with your comment. I'm thinking something outside of what your comment is actually expressed that I don't agree with. Yeah, they got to come up with a better defense. That's one. But they don't have a defense. There's just too much evidence. There's just too much evidence. There is no defense. There is no defense. There's too much evidence. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. I got a question. So on Patreon, I can put the videos somewhere other than YouTube that I don't have to put them in YouTube in order to get them to go onto the Patreon, right? I'm just thinking about that right now. I could put them somewhere else and then they still go into the Patreon, right? Yeah, they want him to work with them and snitch. Period. Wait, just so we can be clear. I'm not 100% sure what they want him to do. But with them putting all of this evidence out, that makes it seem like it would make no sense for him to go to trial. At this point, I would think that they want him to take a plea, but I don't even think they offered him one. Unless him and his lawyers just keeping it secret. You know, that could be what's going on. So, this evidence is insurmountable. Him going to trial and losing this, he's definitely going to go to some prison that he's not going to like. But when they tell you you're going to spend the next 30 or 40 years in prison, would you rather be somewhere where you got some comforts or in a box like he's currently in? It's probably going to be after his decision. And once again, she said 60 days. I told you that was probably a deadline for dude. So they got the new dudes that they saying is the snitches. Just so we could be clear. Oh man, let me say this real quick. I do have something new. So you know that first dude that they said is the snitch, right? Listen, pay attention. You know the first dude they said is the snitch, right? The first dude? I don't know if y'all heard about the second dude yet, but the first dude. Apparently, he's the whole reason why there needed to be a snitch in the first place. What happened was his girlfriend's house had got shot up. And because, or not his girlfriend's house, some place had got shot up that he was supposed to be at or that he was at. One of the two. I think this is the situation where there was the shooting. Listen, pay attention. I think that he was at his girlfriend's house and he was taking their kid to the car, and a car comes down the block and shoot at him. He pull out, he shoot back at the vehicle. When he shoot back at the vehicle, the wild shit is he shoot the gun out the nigga hand. This is real talk. They found the gun and the barrel where the fucking bullet ricocheted off of the fucking weapon. The nigga shot the gun out the nigga hand. We know he ain't do that shit on purpose, but it happened. That car crashes. Yeah, but I think that was after the hit on Nut though. Anyway, before that happened, Big Nut got killed. Peanut got killed. But before that happened, that dude's baby mama's crib got shot up or some shit like that. Or somebody he knows house got shot up. And that's allegedly the reason why Big Nut got killed. So then when they came back after Big Nut got killed and tried to kill him, he went and told the police who it was. Allegedly. He told the police what happened. I guess he had to because he was on the street shooting. He had to tell them something. But I think he told them what happened, who sent them and everything. Anyway. That dude is the one that is the one that's snitching allegedly, no, apparently, on YSL and Young Thug. Young Thug had the dude killed for him, and he snitched on Young Thug about killing the dude? That don't sound like a plant to you? That don't sound like a plant? That sound like that nigga was planted there. It sound like he been working with these niggas. And allegedly, Big Nut was allegedly working with the police. He was supposed to be the biggest blood out there at that point, if I'm correct. I don't know about him working with the police. All of that shit is just shit that I'm hearing, speculation, whatever the motherfucker. I'm just telling you what the story is. Yeah, that's crazy. The dude snitching on a nigga for killing the dude that he killed for him. That's crazy. The dude was a plant. I'm telling you. I keep trying to tell you, man. The niggas that y'all don't be trusting don't even be the dudes that's out to get y'all. Them dudes that y'all be trusting, them dudes that do all of the shit that y'all be like, buddy, wait, right now, he just a little off. That's my man. That be the dude. The dude y'all be like, nah, man, I think that nigga police. No, that nigga just a regular civilian, nigga. Leave that nigga alone. Let that nigga go live his life. What the fuck is wrong with you? Them niggas that be trying to... Which one is incorrect? What's incorrect? I'm listening. I might have the chain of events wrong. What's incorrect? I'm listening. I might have the chain of events wrong. What's incorrect? I'm listening. I might have the chain of events wrong. What's incorrect? I'm listening. I might have the chain of events wrong. What's incorrect? I'm listening. I might have the chain of events wrong. What's incorrect? I'm listening. I might have the chain of events wrong. What's incorrect? I'm listening. We'll wait and see if you can tell me. I might have the chain of events wrong. Or is it just gonna like insult me next? Yeah, I didn't say Woody killed Nut, so you're just lying. I'm just kicking you. He was just gonna come in here and say lie after lie after lie, so I just kick him right off the rip. I guess everything I said was right. Shout out to that shit. I'm not 100% sure about the chain of events. I think the chain of events went down the way I said. That the house got shot up first, and then Nut was killed. And then after Nut was killed, is that when he shot the gun out the dude's hands, and he told on the niggas that did the hit for him. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why I say I don't want to be a part of no crimes. I don't want to be a part of nothing. If I'm a part of something, I'm gonna end up doing it by myself. Other than that, I don't want to be a part of nothing. I don't want to be a part of nothing. Now niggas is out here doing all types of weird shit, bringing that one dude with you that want to look for a way to prove themselves. I don't want to hang out with none of them niggas. None of them dudes is looking for an opportunity to prove themselves. I don't want to hang out with none of them. I want to hang out with the people that's looking for all the opportunities to enjoy life. How about that? Niggas be out here trying to hang out with the people that want to figure out how to nah, let's enjoy life. For real, for real. Let's be happy, enjoy life, make good things go on. That dude just lied. I ain't saying Woody killed that dude. Fuck wrong with him. I don't know if they're gonna get it. I don't know if they're gonna open him a plea. They got these guys dead to rights, man. I think that he's gonna have to give them something, period. If he's not gonna give them something, they're not gonna offer him nothing. That's what I believe. Well, hell, what do I know? I could be wrong. I'm busy looking at, thinking about making French toast. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. That was new information for a couple of you, right? What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Like I told y'all before, most of the time there's plants. I keep thinking it's some new snitch. Some new niggas come around. Yeah, French toast. I love French toast. I keep forgetting about some nutmeg, though. I need to get some nutmeg. Y'all, people always think it's some new nigga. Somebody come around and everything go crazy and it's the new nigga. No, it don't even be the new nigga, man. It be the dude that been with you the whole time. Be that guy. Be the motherfucker that been with you the whole time. It be that guy. You be like, yo, it's the new dude. It ain't the new dude. The new dude is over there minding his business. What the fuck is you talking about? The fuck? Nah, it ain't the new dude, man. The new dude is over there laughing and joking. You jealous of the new dude? Because the ladies is looking at the new dude, right? That's what it was. The ladies was looking at the new dude, and you felt the way, you felt insecure. I don't think I do well around insecure men. Like, for real, I don't do well around insecure men. Like, I don't do well around niggas that ain't alphas. Like, real alphas. Like, not fake alphas. I don't do well, man. I don't do well around motherfuckers that's jealous of other niggas. Like, I just don't. Like, I just don't. I'm never competing with you. I ain't never. I'm never competing with you. What y'all want to talk about, man? When we don't got nothing to talk about, I always end up talking about myself. What y'all want to talk about, man? I don't want to talk about myself, man. When we don't got nothing to talk about, I end up talking about myself, man. Everybody thinks it's from narcissism. It's not from narcissism. It's because I really don't just talk about other people. Like, I really don't sit around gossiping about other people. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So usually if I'm just talking about some shit, I'm talking about some shit that involves me. I really just don't sit around gossiping about other people. I don't know, maybe they having a good maybe they working this morning. It's Wednesday. I don't know. I haven't been very consistent with the lives lately, so sometimes people, you know, they don't know what's going on. They don't know if they should support. They don't know if supporting is hurting. Supporting is never hurting, but I can understand how people could think supporting is hurting. There's gonna come a point, I hope, in the future where I'll be understood to the point where people could look back at a lot of the shit and realize what it was or what it is for what it actually is that I actually did need assistance, and with the people and deciding to take assistance away from me actually was exacerbating the situation and not helping the situation. So, because I know there's people that's like, they don't want to support the platform because they don't understand what's going on, where it's going, whatever. And I understand that. I get that. You know, respect. And at the same time, I'm saying, wait, Sarah Lee? Hey, Jack, Sarah Lee is upset with you. And Little Debbie is upset with me because we didn't do their features. I'm so lost. But thank you for changing the subject. What y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm so lost. Put it in the chat. Everybody's upset with me. It's not that everybody's upset with me. Y'all got to understand, like, I'm really hard on myself. That's why when people say, like, y'all don't understand, like, I'm really hard on myself. Like, I'm really, really hard on myself. Like, you just can't imagine. It's a cake joke. Sarah Lee is upset with you, and Little Debbie is upset with me because we didn't do their features. Sarah Lee is upset with you. It's a cake joke. Okay. I like the name Sarah Lee, by the way. And I hate them Little Debbies. So I'm glad you put yourself with Little Debbies. Fucking hate them Little Debbie cakes. Them shits is just fucking diabetes. I do like the Sarah Lee cakes though. I like the frozen Sarah Lee shit. You take it out and heat it up. I remember when I was a kid. I want to say some shit. So I remember when I was a kid, my stepmother. Well, first time my uncle, he used to like buy snacks for all the kids. Like we'll have like just sit like. Shout out to the Christians. So we'll have like days that we'll just sit in the house as a family. Like when I used to go to my cousin's house, like they did this. When I go over there, I do it with them. And they'll just all sit in a room together and just all of them, like all the kids, everybody, and they'll just sit in a room together, like eating snacks all day, just watching movies. That shit was so lit, yo. Just watching movies. Just my uncle or my aunt, and then like all the kids, and we just all sitting there. We got cookies, milk, cakes, and we just watching movies, and we just sitting there for 2, 3, 4 hours, just watching movies the whole day, just hanging out. Like that's what the kind of shit I want. Like, oh shit, man. Oh, they ops. Yeah, you told me that weeks ago. I forgot. That shit, man. I remember going over there at Hennessy Place. I remember going over there. And that's like dope memories and shit. Like, that's the shit. Anyway, so we used to get the Sarah Lee cake sometimes. And my stepmother also. I used to get them with her. The pound cake I'm talking about specifically. But hell fucking yeah, yo. A couple of those years I lived alone, I would spend a lot of time over there in the summers. So I go over there for like 2-3 weeks in the summer. And I get homesick, and I just go home and stay home. I get homesick. Because I could go over there whenever I want, you know, but I just get homesick. I want my own home. Remember, even though that was my aunt's house, you know, it wasn't my house, you know. It's not your place. It's still certain privileges. We used to play this game like tag and shit, where you ride the bike, and we used to tag each other's bike by hitting the wheels against each other. So we'll be going top speed. So we'll be going top speed, and I'm trying to hit my front wheel against the back wheel, whoever's in front of me, so they could be it. This is a game we played. Those are good memories. We did dangerous shit. Just kids, just regular kid shit. They had a pool in their backyard. Yeah, family movie night. Yeah, movie night is dope. Me and Kendra used to do that with our kids. That was so dope. Kendra had like all the kids, like all the like snacks and out, and then we all like get in there, turn on the lights out. We have on the TV. And we just be sitting there, her and me and her kids, or we just watching. When maybe she'd be like, "What movie we gonna watch?" We used to go to the movies a lot too. Like we used to do a lot of family shit. I love that. We went out a lot. We did a lot of family shit. It was dope. That's something I miss. That's a fact. Anyway, what else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about me. Could we talk about something? Or I'm gonna fucking keep reminiscing and shit. I'm always reminiscing. WIP, IWIP Media. Well, I just like the whole, when you got your own family, that's like your own gang, man. Not gang like gang, obviously, but like that's your own team. I wish I had a team. Like that's your team. Like, you know, y'all working on whatever y'all working for, like for that year. Like that's your team. You know, everybody got their jobs. It's a team. It's sad that we look at family as you go do your job over there, you go do your job over there, and we get together whenever. Like, nah, we gotta figure out how to make this shit happen. That's your team. I'm not sure. I was thinking most likely 4PF. And remember they were talking about 22 G's for the longest, for whatever the case is. But I would think 4PF. I think that there should be concern. But once again, what's going on with that trial with Lil Durk down in Atlanta? Everybody forgets that that's a thing. I think people should be extremely concerned with whatever is or isn't going on over there, to be honest with you. I think that's I think that could be a volatile situation because okay, so the reason why Durk obviously hasn't went to court because he's free, so his lawyers is constantly he free, got money, so his lawyers constantly filing motions so they can keep putting the trial off. That's why he's not. That's why there's no trial. They constantly filing motions so they could keep the trial off. So that's why he's free. But that's still a thing. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why they don't want to give you bond. That's why they don't want you to be free. Because if you're free, then your lawyer's going to keep filing motions and putting the case off. If you're locked up in jail, sooner or later you're going to be like, yo, fuck this shit. Let's just go to trial. I'm already in jail. You understand what I'm saying? You should probably still think the other way. You understand what I'm saying? Especially if you're going to be found guilty, you might as well still hold the trial off as long as possible. You're going to get credited for whatever time you're in jail anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if the chances of you beating it is slim, you might, well, I guess that's still more money you're spending. You're locked up. Yeah, you're locked up. You're not generating any money. All right. And they're going to freeze your bank accounts. That's why they made sure they froze everybody's bank accounts. His lawyers know they're not getting paid now. They lose, they're not getting paid. Even though the other dude said he's going to pay, but can't really guarantee on that shit. And they froze all their bank accounts. They haven't arrested anybody yet. That's kind of, I don't know. I think it's all weird. They're moving a little unconventional. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I like to just, I'm at that age where I don't want to go outside to where there's hostility and foolishness. I just don't want to be involved in it, man. I just don't want to be involved in it. I just don't want to be involved in it. I got my own reasons, you know? I don't want to be involved in it. You want to know the funny thing about the movie Rambo? You see how much bullshit he took before he decided he was going to go on the offensive? And when he went on the offensive, they didn't have a chance. Also, you know, Rambo was supposed to be Native American, right? I think that that's actually what was lost in the first Rambo movie. Let me explain something. In the first Rambo movie, they were actually racist. That was a racist town. That town didn't hate people that was in the military. That was a racist town. The first Rambo, the first one. First Blood. That was a racist town. They didn't like Rambo because Rambo was actually not Caucasian. That was a racist town. And I think that's lost on people, especially back then, because they didn't really want to nail it home. That's why they made it seem like it was just a person that had an issue with people that was in the military, because that was also a situation going on back then, that there was people that was, you know, they felt the way about the military. But why the fuck would the sheriff feel a way about the military? If go back and watch the movie, listen to how they talking to him, like you're not welcome here, boy. Like that's how they talking to him. Then you find out later that yeah, he is actually not Caucasian. You find out in, I think, Last Blood, Rambo Last Blood, which I like that movie, by the way. But yeah, that's bananas. Yeah, so yeah, that movie was actually about race. That was racism actually. Oh man, sometimes I watch the old movies and I'm happy and I went to school and learned a little bit about film, right? So I'm happy about that. And that's because now when I'm looking at the old movies, I start to really understand pacing. And when I look at the new movies, I understand the difference. Why some movies get awards and why some movies don't. Some movies aren't even created to be in competition. Anyway, so one of the things that I so much appreciate about that first Rambo was just the way that they show his interaction with the police. That alone should have told you that he was a minority. Def says, and if they didn't like the military, why did they have the National Guard there to get Rambo? My dude, they was the police. When do the police not like the military? When the fuck do the police not like the military? And this is why me as a child, I went for it. But me as an adult, I'm like, how when I was a child was people really thinking, oh, how was they falling for this shit? Like, I'm saying this is like me as an adult when I became an adult and got awareness. And I'm like, even as me as a child, like as a child, they were pushing this as they were upset at the military guy. Now I'm a grown ass adult and I'm watching this shit. And this does not look like military harassment. This looks like the shit black people go through. And then it was later on confirmed when the last Rambo came out for me. Like I'd always seen it as that. And then when the last Rambo came out, it was a confirmation. So that goes to show you basically what the Rambo movie is America sending a Native American to other countries to go do war. Wrap your mind around that. That's what Rambo is. Rambo was a Native American that America sent to other countries that did war. He's an American Indian that went to other countries and did war. The fucking meta context. Did I use that word correctly? And am I thinking of the right word? Meta context. No, I know what I'm thinking of. Not contest. Meta context. Meta contextual. Relating to. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I would have had to add something else to I don't know. I just think that has a really deep meaning. Like a deep, deep meaning. I think the people who made the movie understood this meaning. And that's why the first fucking Rambo, they were in the woods. In the forest. I think they understood this meaning. I think that this is just another way that they be hiding the truth from niggas. That's what I mean. Like, y'all be watching these movies and y'all don't be getting it. I think these movies be dropping mad jewels. I think they be just be hiding the truth. Metacontextual, relating to. I didn't look up the actual word I was saying. An overarching context, a context within which other contexts can be used. Boom. Yes, I used the word the fucking right way. Shout out to Jack Frost. Meta context. An overarching context, a context within which other context can be used. Yes, I used the word correctly. For everybody that think that I didn't know what the fuck I was. Why do I keep... See, I'm going to say something real quick. I have this weird shit about me that I know what the word is and how to use it and everything else, and I understand, but I might not know the actual definition. I don't know what you call that. I know how to apply it, but I don't know where the fuck. I don't even be knowing where I be hearing this shit from. Some of these shits I don't even be sure is a word, as you just seen. I wasn't even sure this was a word. I wasn't even sure this was a word. Apparently it's a word. And I'm so serious right now. So yeah, I used it correct. Overarching context, a context within which other contexts can be used. Yeah, boom. I used it the right way. Don't even know where I learned the word. No idea. I guess, do we know where we learn anything? What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm in no rush. That's y'all want to talk about. Put it in the chat. If you are, I don't know who is or isn't appreciating, but just because we didn't say this yet, this one show, if you are appreciating this show or any aspect of this show at all, you could always put something in the Cash App, the Super Chat, the PayPal, or you could even hit the like button. Just smart ninjas. Well, I don't know we call that smart. I don't even know how I know that, so I don't know if we're gonna call it small or not. Let's just call it serendipitous. I get you, because it's like when Bruce Springsteen created Born in the USA, they thought that it was for pride for the US, but it was bringing up the fact that it was how the US treated Vietnam vets. Yep, that's a whole fact. You ain't even lying. Shout out to Artie D Class dropping the Cash App in the chat. That's a fact. That's why I keep trying to say people don't know what they're watching. I should start doing movie stuff on this as soon as we get our computer back. Apparently, Verizon got this thing where they're going to repair my shit, all of my shit that I might be broken. So I'm going to wait the 30 days and then start sending my shit to Verizon so they can repair my shit. Shout out to that shit. Shout out to Susan Borspadil with the $5 drop. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? And for everybody that drops to the Super Chat, thank you very much. Super Chat drops. If you are an individual that want to do drops, but you don't feel comfortable doing drops to Cash App and you only want to do drops to the Super Chat, please do. What else we got going on? Should I make some more coffee? I know people be coming to be help for me, and then I get into arguments with them. And I know that gotta be frustrating. It gotta be upsetting. It gotta make me seem like I'm ungrateful. When in reality, I'm just an animal that's been chained in the yard too long. That's all. I kind of gotta remember how it feels to be off of the leash. That's all. That's all. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I think they all decided to not show up anymore. That's why the numbers are down, but I'm cool with that. I'd rather have the lower numbers and good sense of peace. We gotta shoot for what's possible. What else y'all want to talk about? I mean, I don't want to hold y'all too long. What time is it? We ain't do no live in the middle of the day yesterday. We didn't do no live in the middle of the day yesterday. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just 4 or 5 o'clock came, 3 o'clock came, and I just didn't feel. I just didn't feel it. That's it. So I'm gonna try to be ready today. There was things I wanted to talk about, not for nothing. There be stuff I be wanting to make videos about, but I never talk about it on the live, just so we can be clear. And that's why when y'all come in here and y'all be asking me questions about shit, it be shit that I researched. Also, check this out. So Biden, did y'all see this? Oh, fuck. So have you seen Biden sign this, and then they're going to start clapping, and Biden is going to look around like they startled him? Watch. Y'all can't really see it here because it's blurry, and I don't think I could get it to turn the other way. But they're going to start clapping, and now he's going to look around. They startled him. He's like, oh, shit, what's going on? Yo, hold on. Let me see if I can turn this shit sideways. Boom. Look, I'm going to rewind this shit. So see if we can rewind this shit. They start clapping, and they startle Biden. This shit is so funny. It's fucked up more than anything else. Alright.
Just make sure you get the right one.
So watch when they start clapping.
Alright.
The Inflation Reduction Act. Watch when they start clapping. Watch Biden. Y'all can't really see. Go look at this clip. Go find this clip.
Yo, it's now law.
Why is he handing somebody the pen? That's your president. I thought that was funny. It's like, what the fuck, Biden? And the rest of the stuff is the TSL, the YSL shit. The leaked stuff. They're going to go after the people, family, and whatnot. But what the fuck you expect? Man, I'm my president. What the fuck, Biden? Like, Biden is the type of time you on. Biden is like, we on all of these times. The fuck, Biden? They canceled the, I hope they cancel all student loans. Not for nothing. But if they do that, they might be able to actually stimulate the economy. That might actually help stimulate the economy if they cancel all the student loans. That might actually help stimulate the economy. Remember, they got to figure out a way to stimulate the economy. You do know they have to get people to spend money. Holding debt right now isn't stimulating the economy. They need to stimulate the economy, so they need people to spend money. Don't be surprised they're going to start giving us money again real soon. Matter of fact, don't be surprised if they start giving away free money again. They need to stimulate the economy. Why do you think Trump gave the first stimulus checks? Trump understands, or at least his people understands economy. They need to stimulate the economy, so they need people to spend money. So if they cancel all of the if they cancel more of the student loans, I doubt they're gonna cancel all of them, but if they cancel more of the student loans, it might help stimulate the economy. They probably just cancel these student loans to see if that's gonna make any move. Understand what I'm saying? And depending on if it does or it doesn't, it's depending on what their next move gonna be. That's what I'm assuming. They gotta figure out a way to stimulate the economy. I don't see how they're gonna be able to do that when they're about to lock us down again. But they're not gonna lock us down again. Y'all do know they removed all the restrictions for COVID, right? So that means that everybody that went and got tagged for shit because and got the jab so they could keep their jobs and everything, or pardon me, the people that lost their jobs so they didn't get the jab, you niggas should probably try to sue somebody. You know, right now, CDC released all of the parameters. So that means that all of those people that was like, yo, making a big deal, don't come to my, like, whatever, don't come around my dude. The CDC says this thing isn't even a thing no more. How do people feel about that? Like, how do you feel about that? The CDC is saying it's not a thing anymore. How do you feel about that? All those people that lost their jobs, all of those families that got freaking estranged. How do y'all feel about that? And did y'all see this new shit? This new shit look way worse than that. So now with some worse shit, now we could all be amongst each other. But when that other shit, we had to make sure that nobody was around anyone. Why? I think this new shit look worse than COVID. They're saying that not only is those things on the outside of people, that's on their insides also, by the way. Y'all do know that, right? They said not only is that whatever that shit is on their outsides, it's also on their insides, on their organs and shit like that. Y'all know that, right? So they're not shutting everything down for this shit? For this shit. For this shit, they open everything back up. I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to that shit. All them niggas is winning. Or losing. Whatever they want to feel like. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to go fix me up there something to eat. I'm going to be posting on Instagram today. All day, most likely. So, check me over there. We're going to be doing some posts over here. Check me over here if you want. Check me over there. We're going to try to go live today. I'm going to try to go live during the day. Fingers crossed. I'm going to try to go live today. With that being said, I'm trying to get outside to go live. I got to wait and see if these dudes call me back or contact me back. I've been waiting for this email. If not, we're just going to have to go figure out and get it done a different way. We're not going to wait for these guys. I'm trying to get it through a thing that I already have, so I don't have to add anything new. I contacted him yesterday. I'm just going to call him. I think that person that spoke was a backward. The fuck? This is crazy. I don't know if this is bullshit or not. So apparently, some people like my voice. Okay, what time zone? Eastern time. Apparently, I got a nice voice. Oh, I can set the date. 4 o'clock today, 11 a.m. No, not 11 a.m. It's 11 a.m. now. Rat bastards. Today's Thursday or Wednesday? Oh, today's Wednesday. Okay. Oh, can't do 11 a.m. I could do 11 a.m. Wait, hold on. This is going to take. I could do 11 a.m. We might be ending this show early tomorrow. We'll know tomorrow. You know? No, change that for now. Online evaluation for 99 models and talent. Who the fuck are these guys? Alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna write that. Okay, so that's not mandatory. I'm not gonna answer that. Sorry. Hey, why not? Hey, why not? Hey, I don't do none of that stuff. Hey, why not? This is probably some bullshit though. I'll do this shit later. It's probably some bullshit. And so apparently I get I'm gonna follow through on that one. If I had a girlfriend, if I had somebody over my shoulder paying attention to make sure that I follow through on some of these things that I get involved in, and then I get involved with other shit or I miss out on because I'm bad with time and I'm bad with dates and stuff like that. If I didn't have that issue, we'd be doing so much shit over here. I'm just bad with times and bad with dates. That's literally it. Literally it. I want to tell y'all about a thing, but I can't because it's a shit that I missed and it fucking sucks. I'm just gonna be quiet, man. Y'all just, oh man, just shout out to everybody. Look, everybody. I hope everybody's winning. I hope everybody's doing the things that you need to do in life. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification game. Hashtag prompts. Alright, so for the people that think I'm joking, hold on. So I was supposed to, I shouldn't be baited, but I really want to tell people about this. I'm so upset about this. So I was supposed to be in a TV show actually. And what happened was I missed the fucking text. Because I got the text while we was on the show. So I missed the fucking text. Let me cover the number. I don't want to cover it. I don't want nobody to see the number. Yeah, so I was actually supposed to be in a television show. But what happened was they texted me at 9:01 and I was getting ready for the show. This show, at the Tonight Show. So I missed the text. And I was supposed to be in the Marvelous Miss Maisel television show. This is real talk. So I just missed it. So yeah, we out there, we doing things. Just because you don't know what I'm doing, don't mean I ain't doing nothing, nigga. So yeah, so I missed it. I was supposed to be in the Marvelous Miss Maisel. It's a fact. I don't even know what the fuck that shit is, but them niggas like me though. Boom. So I'm on their calling list right now. So it is what it is. But I'm gonna put in for more shit. Yeah. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all when people be like, Jack is capping. I'm not capping. Not never. I'm never capping. It's just that the shit, I had people around me that was doing weird shit and it was fucking up my energy, fucking up my vibe, and causing for me to miss opportunities. Right now, those people are not around me. I just missed this opportunity. That's it. I got the text at 9:01. I got the text at 9:01. I'm getting ready for the show. I didn't see the text until later. I didn't see the text until the show ended at 10:42. They already booked the spot. It is what it is. No, I don't got a cap. I don't got a cap. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. Niggas is out here trying to tell you what I'm doing. Niggas don't know what I'm doing. Niggas don't got the slightest idea what I'm doing. They just telling you I'm not doing nothing. And that's why I keep sitting back while I'm like, people just believe in them. What the fuck? Those people don't, how the fuck do they know what I'm doing? Did they tell you I was doing this? I bet you I'm doing a whole bunch of other shit they don't know that I'm doing. So I keep trying to tell y'all, like, I'm worth supporting. Like, I'm worth investing your time and efforts into. I'm worth it. At least I think I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I just think I am and I'm not. What the fuck do I know? Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody join your day. Just go do some good shit out there. Don't let people tell you what you can and can't be. Yeah. And the CDC lifted all of the restrictions. So now I don't even got to worry about having the jab. That was the issue. Now I don't even got to worry about that shit. The CDC lifted all the restrictions. I don't even got to worry about the jab no more. Let's go. Yeah, that was the issue for everybody that don't know. Yeah, I've been doing this. I've been getting involved in shit, like trying to get involved in shit like this and doing shit like this. Stop listening to niggas that don't know what niggas is doing. Niggas is whole clowns out here. Niggas is just haters that don't do nothing else that don't do nothing with their own life. So they don't want other niggas that got the ability to do shit. That's it. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody enjoy your day. Just go do some good shit. I don't know. I'm about to make me something to eat, some toast. I could go for some toast and some jelly. Whole bunch of butters. We'll go for some of that right now. Like, comment, subscribe. Join notification game. Hashtag #RooMs. Let's get it. I love y'all. Oh! So what I was looking at was this. Just so y'all could be clear. These dudes just hit me up and told me that they wanted to make some kind of appointment or something like that with me. I don't know who these niggas is. So apparently they want to make some kind of appointment with me. So that's what the fuck I was talking about. So yeah, I'm really out here doing shit that y'all don't even know that I'm doing. And while people was out here telling you I'm not doing nothing because you can't see what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So apparently I have to tell everybody every single thing that I'm doing at all times in order for anybody to believe what I'm doing. So I live a kind of, that's difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really hard. Not being able to have any privacy at all, and any privacy that you had is you doing a scam. So if you want privacy, you scamming. So you can have no privacy ever, and everybody has to know everything that you're doing at all times. Like, that's pretty hard to live like that. I don't think most of y'all be able to do that. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification game. Hashtag #RooMs. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you.